Hello, everybody, and welcome to the gym. Today, I just wanted to talk about some cool news that popped up about starter decks in Japan and the GX card mechanic. For those of you that don't know what GX cards are, it's just they're replacing EXs in Sun and Moon, and they have an attack that um, you can use one time per game, and that's it. Like you can just use that attack once, and they're all like ridiculously good, and they're all super cool. So let's go through it. So Japan recently announced, with the announcement of the Stage 2 evolutions being finally confirmed and announced, they have released that they're putting out starter decks, and the Japanese starter decks come with three GXs. Each one comes with one, presuming. The grass one comes with Decidueye. I think I'm saying that right. The fire one comes with Incineroar, and the water one comes with Primarina, and they're all GXs, and they come with new burn counters, all that good stuff. Um, and the burn mechanic has changed. For those of you who are wondering, burn used to be in between turns you flip, and if tails you take 20, but now it's you take 20 regardless in between turns, and you flip, and if heads, burn gets removed. Um, my thought process behind that is that Pokemon is going to bring back burn as a archetype, which hasn't been seen since I've been playing the game. So that'll be very interesting to see. And now let's go through these GXs. Um, Decidueye-GX has 240 HP. That's a lot, but it's a stage 2. So you have to be able to get it out, but Forest of Giant Plants makes this very possible. The flip side, you're weak to Volcanion and Fire and just kind of get one shot. So, and like these, because Steam Siege and Sun and Moon sets are pretty close together, they're gonna both be in the same format for a while. Its ability is Feather Arrow. Once during your turn, before you attack, let me zoom in on this guy so you can see it. It's pretty cool art. Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. Um, Once during your turn, before you attack, you may choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and put two damage counters on it. That's pretty good for an ability. Devo Spray means you can do it multiple times with Forest. Spread a bunch of damage. Potentially a Donk deck could be in the works. It being a stage 2 is a little difficult for it to be a Donk deck, but yeah. Its attack is pretty mediocre for grass and a double colorless. It's Razor Leaf for 90 damage. It's super standard, whatever. 90 damage is nothing for a stage 2 you'd expect. And for 3 energy, 90 damage isn't much. But its GX attack for 1 grass, Hollow Hunt GX. Put 3 cards back from your discard pile into your hand. That's any 3 cards. That's nuts. You pretty much can say, hey, I'm pretty much doing what Dowsing Machine does as an A spec um, for 1 attack and get 3 cards back. Like, hello, I'm just gonna grab like these 3 cards. Don't mind me. Um, yeah, and if some form of way this could be paired with Battle Compressor, this would be gross. But the downside again is you can only use one GX attack per game, and this doesn't really like swing the game drastically. It's more like a setup attack, which I think is still super cool. And I think it has a lot of practical application when it comes out, depending on what else is in Sun and Moon. But I like the card a lot, especially with Forest and other stuff that it can be paired with. There's Incineroar-GX, 250 HP. That's also a lot of HP, and it's water weak. There's not that many good water types right now, but Greninja still, I guess, does stuff to it. For 1 fire, it's Hustle Blow. 10 damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each fire type Pokemon on your bench. So if you have Skyfield and 8 fire type Pokemon, you're maxing out at 170, 180. Well, you can't even use Fighting Fury Belt, so 170, 190 with Giovanni's, but that's a lot to ask for 1 attack. But I can see it's a decent attack. It's not bad because you can hit for 110 for 1 energy. If you have a full bench of 5, maybe say you're playing with Volcanion, which could be super practical. Tiger Swing for 2 fires and a colorless, 80 plus damage. So it's 80 plus flip 2 coins and 50 for each heads. That's really gimmicky. I hate flip attacks, um, but the potential 180 is pretty good. But for the same exact energy cost, 2 fires and a colorless, Burn Slam GX, 200 damage, and the defending Pokemon is now burned. 200's a lot of damage. That's so much. And then it being burned on top means it's taking 20 more in between turns regardless of what happens. So you're doing 220 effective damage and you're leaving them burned once per game. So you're pretty much saying for 3 energy cards, I'm going to one shot anything on your field, unless it's like a Kyogre or a Groudon. But even then, you can one shot almost any Mega Pokemon, any anything pretty much except for opposing GX, I guess. And it gives burn a practical application, which I think is pretty cool. But I don't think this will see too much play because there's not much fire acceleration. And if it was maybe a fire and a two colorless, I think it could be better, a lot better, because it's a fire colorless. It's getting, yeah, that's a lot to ask out of a stage two. Finally, we have Primarina-GX, 250 again. That's still a lot. Uh, for two colorless, Bubble Beat, 10 plus damage. This attack does 10 plus 20 more water energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So now you can play like a water toolbox deck with Primarina. Just get a bunch of energy flood onto your board, like Palkia EX to put more energy onto your board. Manaphy to get that free retreat, and then just do a ton of damage with Bubble Blast. Or Bubble Beat, sorry. Again, it's not that great of an attack, but it could be good. Depends, I guess, what comes out and makes water typing better. For three waters and a colorless, you do 120 Ocean Sound and discard energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, from loose translation, that could mean anywhere on the field. Um, doesn't say active. I have to presume it's active because if not, it would be pretty busted. But for four energies, it doesn't seem that good of an attack. Now, the GX attack is for two colorless, Grand Echo GX. Heal all damage from each of your Pokemon. So you could play like a Water Toolbox deck or like a Vileplume Toolbox deck where you're just setting up, doing a bunch of stuff. Get your Primarina out, drop that double colorless, and just heal everything. And your opponent, all that hard work they've put in, all the small chip damage they've been doing, it's gone. And in a format of two shots, just switching between your attackers, and if your opponent doesn't ever have a Lysander, this could be a pretty good card. I don't know what deck it would be put in, but it seems pretty cool. I like it. Of all the three, I'd have to say uh, Decidueye is my favorite, just because it's really, really good, and I think I can like this will almost certainly see some form of play. These two I'm not so sure about, but they're pretty cool. I like the concept of them putting it in the starter decks. I like the concept of them bringing back Burn. The power creep is still ridiculously high. I'd like to see them take away GX, EX, all that stuff. But having something flashy, I guess, is needed for the game because we used to have Prime cards before they had level X, that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching. I don't normally do news videos because I just kind of like I'm in school, so I just like don't have the time to do this. But today's kind of one of those like weird days off a little bit, so I'm able to, I guess, catch the news the moment it comes out. And I thought it was pretty cool just to talk about it for like a couple minutes, in case you people care about my opinion, um, which you really don't have to. But thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like. That helps a lot. Subscribe. I'll try to do like a Q&A video or something coming up soon. Um, yeah, just because I know I like listen to all of your comments. I read everything. Reddit, Facebook, um, YouTube, everything. I read them all. So thank you guys for the continued support. And please be sure to leave a like. Thank you so much.